Okay, guys, while I'm all dolled up, let's go ahead and tackle this last Braided Chronicles. So I'm about to take this out so I can wear my wig, y'all. Okay. This last Braided Chronicles with Mr. Fantasy. So you've met Mr. Puppy Love, you met Mr. Convenience, you met Mr. Experiment, and now number 4 and final is Mr. Fantasy. This one is hard for me to talk about because I still think about him a lot. I do, and I know I shouldn't, but that's just who I am. And especially how things ended. That's why I think about him so much, because I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's alive. I don't know if he's in jail. I don't know where he is. So I think that's why I think about him so much. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. And I'm sorry if my energy is a little down, but talking about him is kind of hard. So why I call him Mr. Fantasy is because he is 13 years older than me. Okay? Yes, I've dated younger and I've dated older. Okay, and I've dated guy, Mr. Puppy Love, that was my age. And if you guessed it, yes, I've only been with 4 people sexually in my lifetime. I feel as though not everybody deserves your body, especially with those soul ties. I definitely believe in that. Once you let a man into your body, you carry on their spirit. It's so true. Trust me, if y'all want to know about my experience with that, drop it below and I'll open up about it and share it. Only a few people know what happened to me, but soul ties is very true. Very true. Let's move on. So Mr. Fantasy, I call him that because I am younger than him, and I think that he felt that I was going to be okay, yes, okay, whatever, yeah, let's do it. And when he got to know me, it was like, Gabby, don't play them games. What you want? You know, he didn't know this attitude was real. So that's why I call him Mr. Fantasy. And I also call him Mr. Fantasy because of, you know, for myself, okay? We'll get into that. Okay, I met him the same place where I met Mr. Experiment. Of course, I met him first. He was always very nice to me when I first started working there. He always used to call me like terms of endearment. He never called me Gabby or Gabrielle up until a certain point. I was always pretty girl, baby mama, cutie. I was always something, but I was never Gabby or Gabrielle to him. He used to always give me hugs at work. We used to always talk and everything. So he was always very nice to me. And when I was there, I knew that he was attracted to me, but I had other things on my mind, other people on my mind. So I didn't really see him in that light. And he also always called me his baby mama. So he was like, and I think I was, 23? Because that's when I met Mr. Experience, 23, 24, when I was working there. And he was like, I'm gonna get you when you're 25. I'm gonna wait till you grow up a little, because he was 35 at the time. So he was like, I'm gonna wait till you grow up a little bit, and I'm gonna hit you up when you're 25. Yeah, okay, whatever. What did that man do? He hit me up when I was 25. Okay? Like, it was crazy. He got in touch with my sister, who told me that he was like, oh, he wants your number. No, he gave them his number to give to me, to put the ball in my court, to see if I wanted to, you know, talk to him. And I was like, why not? I was always just a little interested to see what he had going on, so why not? So that's why I call him Mr. Fantasy. That's how we met. Me and Mr. Fantasy never went on a date. This was strictly a situationship. Me and Mr. Convenience, we always went out, always had good times. Even though that was a situationship, we still went out. I met his friend, you know, stuff like that. Mr. Experiment, I met his whole family. We always went out. Everybody knew we was talking. That was that. Mr. Fantasy, we never went out. And I gotta say, I'm part of the blame for that, because after the first time we met, I told him, I'm like, okay, well, I want to go out on dates. This is just not going to be some, oh, we see each other mess around and leave. No, I want to go on a date. He had everything planned. We were going to go to the movies and go out to eat and everything like that and stay the night together. But when the day actually came, I was like, I just want to chill. Let's just Netflix and chill. And I think we both got stuck into that. Let me back up a little bit. I'm all up on y'all. I'm nervous. I think we both got stuck into that routine, and that's just what we did. Like I said, he is 13 years older than me, so of course he had a way more experiences in his life than I did in mine. Mr. Fantasy taught me things I didn't know about my own body. Okay. That's why I call him Mr. Fantasy. I can honestly say that was some of the best sex I have ever had in my life. Sorry, but it's true. Good times we had, just talk. I just like being in his presence because he has so much like experiences in life I always wanted to know about. I always thought that he was a little bit mysterious, like he had these tattoos all over the place and nice and dark skin, bald head, you know, had all these tattoos and everything. So I always wanted to know. And I remember like when we used to work together, I was in my head, I'm like, I want to know about each and every one of these tattoos on his body. And I got to know. Hold on. I'm sorry. But yeah. So just talking to him and hearing about his experience and everything that he went through was just enough for me. It was intriguing enough for me. And I think in Mr. Convenience, when I said paying attention to the red flags, there were a lot of red flags that I did not pay attention to because at that point I was already in love with him. There was a lot of red flags. He used to do this disappearing acts. Like he would just disappear for a whole month and then come back and back, hey. And one instant, he was of course messy. He always had other people when he was talking to me anyway. This situationship went on for about a year and a half. What he would do is he would mess up and he would just spontaneously show up at my door. You know, because at first when we first started talking, I was still living with my parents, so we would just get a room and everything like that. But once I got my own place, he just felt as though he was just free to just pop up whenever he wanted to. And with me, it was okay because I didn't have anybody else. I was still stuck on him. So, he messed up big time. Had another girl texting my phone from his phone, all type of stuff. And I'm just like, you know what, whatever. And it was just like right before my birthday. And he really hurt me. And then I had a crab night with my girls. And next thing I know, what did we hear? Who is it? It was him. And he had, that's just something he did that became a pattern with him. Like he would mess up or he would just disappear on me and just show up out of nowhere. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so it just show up out of nowhere. And that stuff used to hurt me. And it was a lot of other stuff that me and him went through that I never shared with anyone. And I don't know if I ever will. Because it's just, I'm not ready to face it. I'm not ready to share it. So I simply won't. Certain things I do just keep to myself. You don't have to let everybody know everything. It is not the fact that you're being secretive or anything like that. So I'm just going to fast forward to... or talk about the great sex. Ooh, anyway, we're just gonna fast forward to the end of it. I can't really say much about what me and him did because it was just strictly mostly sex. That was it. We had some great times when we were together, but that was it. So the last time I spoke to him was over a year ago, and he left and skipped states on me, just like Mr. Convenience. That's like a pattern with me. And everybody's texting me saying the peach cobbler is ready. I got to go, y'all. I got to hurry up. My mom made a peach cobbler. I got to go. But anyway, so he called me, and I was at work one day. It was like 8 something in the morning. He called. And I'm like, I froze. I'm like, when I saw his number, because I didn't have his number saved, but I, of course, I already knew his number. I'm like, why is he calling me after all this time? Because he was supposedly in this place, and come to find out he was in that place. And I'm just like, you know what? whatever. So he called me, checked on me and everything like that. And then he called me on a Wednesday. I called him back on a Thursday. We spoke, and he asked me, he was like, if I move back home, can I come live with you? So on that Thursday, I was calling him to give him an answer. No, scratch that. So we talked Wednesday. No, he called me Wednesday. I talked to him Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday went by. I texted him on Monday, and I got a mysterious phone call. And once I got that phone call and I heard Love and Hip Hop playing in the background, because I was also watching Love and Hip Hop, I was like, okay, this is a woman. Backtrack to that Friday. After that Thursday, I spoke to him. Someone called me, because I had got off at 12 o'clock on that Friday, and someone called me, but it was from a private number, and when I answered the phone, they didn't say anything. They just hung up. I'm going about my day. I'm living my life. I don't have time to be thinking about who's playing on my phone. So when his girlfriend did it again on that Monday, I automatically knew that it was a woman, on my phone. So she called after I texted, and all I said was, hey, you good? That's all I said. So she called, she didn't say anything, she hung up. Then his number called back, and it was him on the phone. She was like, why is she calling you? Ask her why she's calling you. Now, heifer, why you ain't asking yourself? Okay? Neither here nor there. Your man called me. Check the records. Check the records. That pissed me off. But anyway, moving on. So, long story short, he showed up in last August on a Sunday. When I sleep, I'm dead to the world. I don't hear anything. Then my sister called me. She was like, he's here looking for you. He's here looking for you. And I'm like, who? Who is that? And she kept saying his name, but I just woke up, so I was out of it. I'm like, who is that? Who's looking for me? What are you talking about? She's like, he's here looking for you. I'm like, okay, tell him to come back here or whatever. So we talked, blah, 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 blah. We did what we did. And he left. I talked to him for a week after that. And he changed his number. And I've never heard from him again. So I think that's why I always think about him, because I don't know if he's okay. And I know I shouldn't care. But I simply want to know that he is okay. That's it. Just let me hear your voice for 5 seconds. Gabby, I'm good. That's it. Not even 5 seconds. Gabby, I'm good. And you can hang up. If he ever sees this, he knows that I do YouTube. But if he ever sees this, call me. Text me. Let me know that you're okay. Because, at the end of the day, that's always what I wanted. With all the men that I've been with. Just let me know that you're okay. Just let me know. And another thing with soul ties, I had it really, 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 really strong with Mr. Convenience and Mr. Fantasy. I always knew when Mr. Fantasy was coming here. Like, I would be ready. I would just be sitting there on my bed ready, because I knew he was going to show up. With Mr. Convenience as well, I'll have dreams about him, and I'll text him, are you okay? Are you good? I'm just checking on you to make sure that you're okay. So soul ties is really true. If you guys want a story on soul ties, then definitely go ahead and comment below. Let me know if you want to know about that. That's it on Mr. Fantasy. I could say more, but I'm not, because I don't know what his headspace. I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on, but I pray that he's okay. I really do. He taught me things about my body I didn't know I liked. Sir, where are you? I'm just playing. But okay, I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to pop back in because I was rewatching the video on Mr. Fantasy, which y'all are watching now. I had to pop back in here, y'all. I got issues. Anyway, a very important point that I left out was me and him was trying to have a baby. Because my thinking, I'm always told everybody when I turn 25 I want to have a baby. And of course he knew that. He wanted to have another child as well. He wanted a son, and we tried a lot. We had fun trying for this baby, that never happened. I'm not sure if that's why he didn't want to be with me, or if I can't conceive. I don't know if it could have been him. I asked my doctor about it. They said that it could have been him. So that's another sticky situation when it comes to Mr. Fantasy, because we were trying to have a child together. So enjoy the rest of the video. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this Braided Chronicles with me. This was something for me more than anyone else, because I'm very private. I like to hold things in. So for me to open up to people, 223 subscribers, hey, even though everybody don't watch, but that's okay. But for me to open up to people that I don't know and that don't know me personally is a big step for me, and my process is just opening up as a person. So I want to thank you all. I hope you all enjoyed this mini braided series of my past, guys. Am I open to dating right now? Not really. I don't want to end up in another situationship. I don't have anyone that I'm interested in. But I hope, well, anyway, I'm not gonna go there. But it's no one that I'm really interested in, and there's no one that's interested in, well, I can't say that, but it's no one that I'm interested in. So I'm not really open to dating right now. So yeah, that's it. I'm Mrs. Single. I'm married to this single life, y'all. Married to it. But anyway, there's something else that I wanted to say, but I can't remember. So I really do appreciate you guys for coming along this journey with me, opening up. I hope y'all made it all the way to the end of each and every one of these videos. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out now. Braided Chronicles is over. I feel good about it. So remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, love it or leave it. Bye.